you feel alone, and you feel hurt. But I and all my colleagues in government are here to say that we are with you. We have been with you, we will continue to be with you, and we will stand next to you and behind you every step of the way. This past week, we have watched in horror the images of innocent men, women, children, grandparents who brutally lost their lives at the hands of Hamas. When I saw the news early Saturday as we were waking up, I didn't know exactly what to do, but I thought as we neared the end of Shabbat that evening that I wanted to be with the families in my district. And as I stopped by some of our local shuls, I didn't know what I would say. I didn't have the perfect words to say to people, but I knew that I just wanted to be with the community. And what was supposed to be an evening of singing and dancing for Simchat Torah turned into wiping tears off the faces of so many of the constituents and families throughout my district. As you may know, many of our synagogues and the congregants did not yet know what had happened, as Shabbat was just ending and people were still celebrating Simchat Torah. And as I broke the news to many of them, the looks on their faces of shock and tears and how could this happen? We continue to pray for the safe return of the hostages and for the thousands of Israeli men and women who will take place in the fighting to come over the coming days. We in Congress, and Chairman Meeks asked me to say that he is not in New York tonight, but he wishes he could be here, and you have his full support and backing. And we will continue to fight in Congress in a bipartisan basis for the resources and any additional military assistance for Israel in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead. Earlier this week, I led a letter signed by nearly 150 of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle for the State Department to organize charter and military planes to bring our citizens home. We have been able to get charter flights to get people out of Israel, and we are still working to get military planes for those who need. I am very grateful for the Biden administration and Secretary Blinken for their unequivocal support for Israel at this time, for taking the necessary steps, resources, carriers, talking to the families of the hostages over the past few days. And I just want to end by saying it is right and necessary and just that we pray. We pray today, we pray every day. We pray for the people of Israel, the families who've lost loved ones, and the families who continue to await word from their loved ones. We can certainly and should pray for all innocent civilians, from Palestinians to Israelis to Americans. And we must continue to pray that we don't see a rise in hate against any community. But if anyone has spent more time in the past few days condemning Israel and not Hamas, that is not right and that is not just. That is hate and that is anti-Semitism. And we will continue to speak up. We will not stand for that. And we will ultimately, again, overcome with love and with allyship. And I will be here for you, as all of my colleagues will continue to do so as well. Thank you for including me.